Good afternoon, all you coloring and art addicts. Thank you for choosing to tune in to Angie's Art Addicts YouTube channel. My name is Angie, and yes, I'm an addict. Before you on the screen right now, you probably are thinking that you see just a bunch of random stuff. And you do, but all of this random stuff is actually going to be put into a box today or tomorrow, and I'm sending it to someone who I've never met. Let me tell you a little bit of backstory. I was in the Color with Claire Facebook group and had started chatting with a particular woman named Grace. She lives on the East Coast, and we found out really quickly that we had so much in common. It was almost like really freakish. So anyways, we got along very well and talked kind of on a daily basis, even over the phone and videos and stuff. So we became very good friends, and we both have a very bad habit of researching and finding stuff that we probably don't need and always happen to buy it. So in talking to her, one day we were discussing some stuff that I just bought at Walmart, and I had went and purchased a planner type thing where you make your own. I guess you put it in a notebook. It has stickers and like just tons of stickers to put in there, and I thought it'd be a great idea because I have a lot of doctor's appointments and stuff coming up. Well, when I got home and looked at my 5 different size notebooks, none of them would fit in there. And so I asked her if she would want it, and she said that, you know, she hadn't done that in a long time and that she would be interested if I wanted to give it to her. So obviously, as you can see, I, said that I would. And it just so happened to be that at that same time, I had found a really good deal on this at the Walmart in my hometown. And it's called a Boogie Board. And it is a little writing thing. You remember when we were little, you would have it was framed in red, and you would like pull the little lever and it erased whatever you drew or whatever. So this is kind of like an updated version. It says that you can archive your writing with a free app. So I've already done it. I have one that I've already opened. I mainly got mine for my son, but you could also use it for, putting grocery lists, anything like that. So what it is, has a really, really pretty leather on it. So you pop that out, and you can use your finger or anything stylus, but this works really well with it. And you can write whatever you want and press a button, and boom, it's gone. So I know for myself, kids are always wanting to practice writing something or jot something down or play tic-tac-toe. So that would be really good, and you don't have to worry about having pieces of paper all over your house. I know for myself, I'm really bad at making a grocery list and thinking I put it in my pocket or my purse when in fact it's still sitting on the counter in the kitchen, and I'm at the store and have no idea what was on the list. So this would be a good thing to do. You could use something like this and, make your list up and then take a picture of it with your phone and use the Boogie Board app, and it archives it in there, and it doesn't make it like the, black and green or, whatever that is. It actually archives it like a PDF file. So it's a white background with black writing, and I did so, and it was pretty awesome actually. And so I had bought 2, and I am going to send her one as well. And so when you get done, you just press the button and it disappears. So I told her I was going to do that, and we got to talking about how excited we were about stuff we had coming in the mail and stuff, and how addicting it is. And I know we had discussed, or I had discussed to any subscribers or viewers, sorry, that, with this adult coloring hobby, we get very addicted and get so excited about learning about new things, trying new things, and for myself and many others, going overboard with some things and thinking you need the entire set of 120, colored pencils or whatever it might be. And we get so excited about the whole process. It's almost like methodical that we, research something, read every review, do this and that, and then we go through the anticipation of waiting for the box and, checking the email, waiting for it to say it's on its way out for delivery. And then we get it and we're so excited, and then we put it on a shelf, and I know for myself, sometimes don't ever touch it again, very rarely. if in at all. And so those things that we sometimes feel like we're going to die if we don't have it, you know, end up just not being used. So I thought it'd be a good idea to possibly, you know, find somebody on the internet in our coloring groups that could be a box buddy with you. Or that's what I'm doing with this woman named Grace. And so what in theory you would do is, you know, every few months or however often, go through your stuff and pick a few things here and a few things there. Obviously, I'm not expecting or don't think that anybody should send this much stuff. I would probably say that I could come up with at least this much stuff that I will never even miss, at least every few months. And I don't expect her to send this much stuff or anything like that. Whatever she sends is all right. I don't care if it's a pack of erasers. Just the fact that you are giving somebody else something to be excited about and, you know, doing that piece of giving as well as cleaning out your own stuff. Because how can we continue to buy new stuff if we don't even have room to put it? I know that's a problem I'm dealing with. So I definitely think that it could be helpful. So anyways, on with that, I'm going to kind of just go through these things real quick, what I'm sending her and why. So let's start here. I actually already made this video once, and somebody I hadn't talked to in 10 years called me and messed up the recording of it, and it completely just disappeared. So this is my second time trying this. So anyways, I tried to make these glazing or mixing charts with watercolors, and you can even do it with colored pencils. And when I did it, I was trying to use regular masking tape like this, and I didn't want it that big. I wanted it thin. So I tried to cut strips that thin, and it was a horrible, horrible, horrible mess. Very frustrating. So I went to the store and I found these, and in the package came like 4 or 6 rolls. I'm never going to use that many, and so I'm going to send her these so that she can play around and make something like these. I had already taken the tape off of this one. I believe this one is, I don't even know. That's horrible. Why don't I know? Oh, this is some of my Supra colors by Corinne Dash. I think you pronounce it that way. These are my regular watercolors that I have, just some cheap ones I was making a glazing chart with. Anyways, that's that. I have some of my fabric markers. I had realized one day I bought these, and I realized that you can use these as watercolor markers. They are water-based, and so you can use your water brush pen, put it on your coloring book. It doesn't bleed, and they actually work really good. And they're inexpensive too, and can get them at Walmart or any place. So fabric markers, if you ever find a cheap set and want to try it or have some, you should definitely give it a go. The next thing I'll go around these right here. So just little cardstock or whatever on rings. I found these and thought that I needed all of them, about 4 or 5 of them of each size, and I do use them. I hang them up on thumbtacks in front of my desk on my wall, and so like this right here. So if I'm coloring or something and want to test and see what color something is or how it goes together, instead of, you know, trying to find a notebook or wasting pieces of paper, you know, and having them spread everywhere, I can just grab one of these and it's right there, and I can just throw it away. Nothing messed up. All right, next thing is these Prismacolors. I had found about 4 or 5 of these on a sale rack, and they all worked great, and I picked them up, and I'm going to send her one of these because I have so many. It has a 0.5, a brush tip, and a chisel tip Prismacolor markers. They work really good. I like them for making those charts. These right here are some different types of paint pens. They're all fine tip and fine point, opaque. It says, I think some are acrylic and some are oil. Anyways, I can't find Posca pens anywhere around here, and I don't know why I haven't ordered them, but I haven't. So I thought there has to be another way, and I heard they were paint pens, so I went and got these. I still have my pack unopened. I didn't even try it yet, so I'm going to send her my other unopened pack, and hopefully she can try it before I do. I know that's horrible to say. It's a little sharpener I picked up at Walmart. If you see them in your art aisle at Walmart, they work amazingly with Prismacolors and lots of stuff, and it's only 97 cents. All right, these things right here are in the office supply section, and they are, it says Pen Pal, what a coincidence. And you can use these. You have a little 3M stick thing here. I have mine on my desk, and I put my blender pens or blender pencils on there and keep them kind of, you know, up on there like that, so that when I'm coloring, I don't get them mixed up and put them back in the box with my other stuff, and I can get them really quick, and they're right there. But I also use these for pastels. If you don't want to get your hands dirty with your Inktense blocks or pastels or anything, you can slip them right in and out really fast, no problem, and it doesn't break your pastels or Inktense. All right, let's see here. Speaking of ink, let's do the Distress ink. So another thing, I thought I was going to die if I didn't have them. I was watching the amazing Karen at Zucchini Kitty YouTube page, and all the incredible things that she does with distress inks and oxides, and I just knew that this was going to be the answer to all my coloring problems, and if I could just do this, then I would, you know, get rid of all my fears and be able to do amazing, beautiful stuff like everybody else. Fail. I sucked, and it didn't work for me, and so, of course, I didn't try it anymore, and it went into a drawer. So I probably have 10 or 15 of them, grabbed a couple, threw them in a box for her. I did not get the blender things because I just knew, looking at the thing, at the, you know, the little wooden thing that they come with, or that you have to buy separate, that there has to be a way to make that, because it was just too simple. And so I went on a search at the store for anything that looked like it might work. And this came from the liquor section at a grocery store. I think it's a can opener of some type. I'm not really sure, but it looked like something I could use. And these right here go on the bottom of chairs or furniture for moving, protecting your floors. And I had found these and took them home with my ink and realized that you can put them on the end of that with either the sticker that comes with it or the Velcro like this, and you have a blender thing as well as this. So that was a couple things that I threw in there for her. And while we're talking about blending stuff, these are some other blender things that I had found in that aisle. I believe had a pack of these, so threw those in there. These came from a aisle where like they sell miniatures and like train stuff, and I seen these, and they came in a little pack with some other things. I'm not sure if you can see that. It's that fine, like little bristles, and I've actually used this to put paint in a little small area, or to put blender in a little tiny corner. So thought she might be able to use that for something. These are the little Q-tips that came out of the beauty section in Walmart. They have oil on them, and you can use them as blenders. It's not baby oil. It's like, it's not vegetable oil. I think it's olive oil. That's what it is. Anyways, these are the Fantastics. They're great and amazing things. I wish they were not so expensive. It's almost like a fibrous, oh, there we go, material there. And the whole thing throughout it is completely made of that. And they last forever. And they work really great. You can put your Gamasol or Zested on the end. Oh, that just hopped right out of my hands. I have a problem with things doing that. Anyway, they're a little bit pricey for my, taste, especially for what they are, but I'm going to send her a couple of those. So I'm sure everybody has known and seen the pan pastels. I, of course, became obsessed with them because I seen how easy it looked on all the YouTube pages, and it was not that easy for me, at least. Anyway, so I have the whole set, all the mediums, extras, this and that. And I have tried these a few times and tried to use, the different things. But because of the way I ordered all of them, I ordered them in 20-piece sets. I got quite a few doubles. And so I decided that I would send her some of the doubles that I have, which are Permanent Red, Burnt Sienna, Raw Umber, and Titanium White. And with that, I'm sending her one of the traditional tools that they sent with it, which is the square one with a couple of little things that go on there, and she can wash those. That's what I do. I've washed that one. If you can see, it's kind of dirty. And a little finger tool there. And this is an eyeshadow stick that I took the little eyeshadow thing off the end, and you can put any size little cap thing on there. Now, everybody says, oh, this is another one that comes with it. This is actually not an eyeshadow makeup thing. This is one of the soft tools that come with it. Everybody says that you can't use anything else but those and get the same type of results. And that is true for the most part. I went on a hunt to every Dollar General, Dollar Tree, and Walmart and got all the different types of, things I could try. And none of them worked as good as those at all, except for these, which some of you might have these already in your makeup box or something. They're blender tools, and it is literally almost the same exact material, and it works. It really, truly, honestly is almost identical. And I recently also realized while I was putting on my makeup that this right here at the end of eyeliners is a little blender. Well, guess what? It's the exact same material and it's just as hard as these ones. So, guys that are watching this, you might want to look in your, or have you, I'm sorry, no, look in your girlfriend's makeup. Ask her if she has one of these, or just go buy some. Or women, you might want to try it if you have some. Anyways, so with I also have the new pastels from Prismacolor and a few other things. And I know that she's never done anything like this. So I went through my new pastels and found some that were broken and put those in there for her. It's in a little foam thing. I'm going to bubble wrap it. But with pastels, you really get the best results when you're working with like a sanded paper or a texturized paper. Now, don't get me wrong. With pan pastels, you can put it in a coloring book, anything. And the great thing about that is that they don't leave powder residue behind or anything like that, or smear, and you don't have to use a fixative. Anyway, so I sent her some UArt paper, a big piece, a small piece, and also a piece of sandpaper. It is 800 grade, and believe it or not, these sheets like this, I got it up to an 8,000 grade. Really cheap through Amazon, and they work. Anyway, so this is something that she could trace onto there and mess with, as well as the tiger that I have, that I did. So there's that stuff for her to get and look at. Oh, here's another one, a small sheet. This is something else I had bought a bunch of to practice on. And it's this very high grade, extra fine sandpaper to get an idea of how that is. You know, never know. She might find out that she's an amazing pastel artist or something, or just likes to play with it. So this is the last thing, and I'm going to cut this off. Hopefully I can do it in under 20 minutes. I'm sorry if I'm bored you to death already. So this is just some random stuff I've printed off, haven't used. Some of the Color Edge Wild. I don't know if I'm saying that right. This was on like pastel paper. Some other random stuff I had bought off of Etsy. Printed off on different paper. Some of this is like watercolor paper. Some like drawing good paper. This is like a mixing chart. Let's see. This is something I had gotten on a startup library class on blueprint.com to kind of help you understand the different ways to use colored pencils and a practice sheet. If anybody's interested in these, you can let me know and give me your email or something, or Facebook, and I can send you a PDF of those. These are some papers I had gotten from the Color Box section. This is the smooth cardstock for like crafting or whatever, or scrapbooking, I'm sorry. Oh, that goes with that. And this is a rough texturized. I don't know if you can see that. Anyways, I sent her those because I have huge ones of them. This is the last two things. Is a watercolor coloring book that I got a great deal on. I think it's a $20 book, and yeah, $17.99. And it's one-sided, really good paper. And I got it at the Dollar General because they had their big sale. And I think I've colored 2 pages, put a little bit of skin tone on, and that's it. And I'm sending her that because after getting it, I realized that I'm never going to color in it. This has some huge posters in there. I think there's 4. Anyways, so yeah, she's got a really good box. And then there's a few of these here that I have a bunch of. Anyway, so that's all that. And I just wanted to share with you guys a good idea if you're looking for something to be able to, you know, kind of give you something to look forward to, and a way to, you know, kind of go and how do you say that? You declutter, you know, all your stuff, de-stash your stuff, you know what I'm trying to say. Anyways, so kind of get rid of some of your stuff, lower it down so you can buy more awesome, cool stuff. Anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if anybody's watching this and is looking for a color buddy, box buddy, maybe you could leave, you know, your city or country with your name in the messages or in the comments, and maybe somebody in your area will see it, and, you know, you guys can connect and start sending pen pal buddy boxes to each other and let that dopamine flood your brain without having to spend $1. Anyways, this is Angie with Angie's Art Addicts, and I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Have a great day. Thank you so much.